Sent to the future from the year 2000 by a glitch due to the Millennium Bug. I'm adapting to thrive in the peculiar conditions of the 2020s. Join me in a multimedia extravaganza as we surf the World Wide Web, catch up on 2 decades of video games and mess around with creative tools new and old. I'm Millennium Cyborg, welcome to the new millennium. And welcome Boabadino and Des, good to see you. Yeah, so, you may notice I'm back on the old setup right now. I'll admit, it's nice to see myself in 1080p and kind of generously lit. But I would definitely be on the new app if it hadn't crashed so hard today it took down my entire machine. And also I'm having issues with although the frame times are actually decent, it interacts very poorly with other applications for reasons that aren't clear to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm intending to eventually get to the stage where I can get this kind of quality within the application, right, and have all of the other studio stuff going and the lighting. But right now, I don't know, I can definitely see why other VTubers who have their own application end up with 3 entire computers, one for OBS, one for just the game, and one for their app. But I don't think I can afford that sort of thing right now. Yeah, it's just the way that the ray tracing calls interact with the other applications being captured and seem to not share very well and cause a lot of stuttering. It's interesting. Even though I did things to split it up into multiple draw calls of 1 millisecond or less and so on, I have implemented some new features. I implemented point lights, which much improve the lighting. I've implemented some quite fancy tracer rays, I call them, just a debug feature where I can say, okay, as you're ray tracing a particular point in the scene, for every light, reflection and shadow ray that gets spawned, add them to a buffer that then gets rendered as a debug layer afterwards, and I can freeze that so I can move the camera around and see the history of that ray, and that way I can detect things like bad normals or all kinds of things. But yeah, that's a work in progress. I might do a development stream to show some of that off. In the meantime, I wanted to go back to this setup to show the games today in full quality without slowing the machine down too much. So let's see, everything should work. There we go. Nope, that's me googling for an image for the tweet. There we go. Today we are playing a number of modern games in the style of Wipeout. Actually, just moments before this stream I found another one that would be a good candidate, but probably only really have time for 3 to give them a fair shake. Even that, it's not very long in any case, but it's nice to have a good number of games per stream, I think. So 3 is what I'm going to stick with for today. Anti-Gravitator I've not got much experience with. Pacer is, I think, by some of the team behind some of the original Wipeouts. Ballistic NG, on the other hand, is more of a throwback to, let's say, especially Wipeout 3. And Ballistic NG has a very active, has a Steam Workshop support and a lot of content on the Steam Workshop. I grabbed some of that before the stream. So, I'm suddenly wondering if I grabbed that content on the correct account, but I guess we'll find out. I'm going to start with the one I know the least about, which is Anti-Gravitator. So let's see, probably none of this is quite set up right, but let's find out. Alright, well, we're not playing Wipeout 3 Special Edition for a start. There we go. And we're gonna pause the music and bring up the game. And I did configure it previously to at least have the right resolution. It's one of those games that when you first boot it up, puts you straight into a tutorial without letting you modify any of the graphic settings, which I find just a tad irritating. It's a good idea to put you straight into the tutorial. I wish I had access to the settings first. I think I have complained about this on stream at least once before. Might have been about... Oh, it's doing it again. Before I have time to set up the capture. Sorry, like I said, this is last minute because everything was broken. So add a quick game capture, anti-grav. Capture specific window, anti-gravitator. Match title, term executable, up. And then what? And then it's showing on my game capture scene, but not here. There we go. Can we make a 240p CGA model? That would be quite fun. I have seen... There was a tweet, was I retweeting that or just liking it? I can't remember, but saying something like that. We should make some old DOS game style models. All right, that's the lighting. And now we just need the audio capture. Add anti-gravitator. There we go. That looks a tad loud. That should be a bit better. I feel like my... I don't know what I did. Did I make my own mic quieter at some point? Yeah. I wonder what you would use to produce a good 240p sort of CGA model, or VGA, or 256 color would be very cool as well. Right, so it's putting us straight into the tutorial. It's telling us how to steer. Last time I booted it up to get into the settings, it told me how to do this with a controller, which I'm currently using, but the labels that haven't updated for the... still say it's the keyboard. Barrel roll to avoid obstacles. Yeah, it's actually a very subtle shift. I don't shift by very much there. Hang on, and I need to move my window as well so I can see chat. There we go. You're getting frame drops. Interesting. Okay. Easy enough. I'll just turn down the graphic settings. It's interesting. Encoding lag. Interesting. Well, it's a shame I can't easily fiddle with that. Hang on. That's typically not right. I'd set it to 1080-60. And then I'll turn VSync. I'm not sure what the right choice is for VSync. Let me reset my stats here. Let's do a quick race and see if we get drops again. Oh yeah, Zone of the Enders. When that was going.
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Completely the wrong speed. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that there's dropped frames in the encoding. Huh. So is this game doing wild things CPU-wise? Yeah, it seems to be harder on the CPU. Alright, well, I'll have to take down the stream for just a second as I switch over to GPU encoding. Be back in like 15 seconds. Alright, I think I'm live again. How's that looking? Awesome, thank you for telling me. I guess I should do the tutorial properly. It's good to know all of the controls. Traps. Okay, press B. That's interesting. That's an interesting alternative to regular weapons.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
So one thing I'll say about the controls. I feel like there's not much. It doesn't feel like my ship has a momentum to it when I'm steering. Like I hit the stick and I immediately turn. It feels like it's just doing an interpolation to the end point of the animation rather than, you know, having real momentum. Gather pickups for extra powers. What's the difference between CPU and GPU encoding? Well, so on GPU, this is the encoding within OBS. On GPU, it's using NVENC, so the NVIDIA encoder. So the encoding happens on GPU, and if you have enough GPU time to spare, it's quite responsive. The quality is almost indistinguishable from good quality CPU H.264. On CPU, it's using I think FFmpeg or something to encode the frames, and well, it kind of depends what you've got running and where you've got CPU or GPU time to spare. So I tend to use GPU encoding for sure when I'm doing, you know, the emulated Windows 95 streams. Regular extended, rookie, novice. Well, we'll just start with the beginning. If both are free, I mean, if both are 100% free, then I would say I can notice a small improvement in quality on CPU with using, you know, the encoders that are shipped with OBS. If you really want to get into it, I think Stream Effects, the Stream Effects plugin ships with a newer version of FFmpeg and lets you really like get into the nitty-gritty details of your encoding. I only have so much attention span for fiddling with the encoding, so I just have memorized the settings for CPU and for GPU that I like to use, and then pick one or the other. Wow, I think I've not internalized how the traps work. Also, where's my, like, do I have a boost meter somewhere? What are we doing here? Okay, on my own vehicle there's a meter. Okay, I see that. You know, that's not
available.
It's kind of clever to have all of the UI on the ship. I didn't notice it until well into the race. So that's 0.3 laps, that's the speed. But it's actually worse. It's harder to... I can't flick my eyes to the right place to see the position. I have to track with my eyes the back of my car that I'm usually not looking at, because I'm usually looking slightly ahead. So it takes me longer to look at the UI on the camera, I feel, or the UI on the car. Right, so the dots are the number of boosts I've got. I think. Control-wise, I'm just not... Okay, what do I do when it says trap warning?
Available.
Yeah, if you have a dedicated streaming PC, I would say... Like, supposing I was going to build a dedicated streaming PC from scratch, I would get a really beefy CPU and do CPU encoding. But in general, people will say, oh, just default to GPU encoding because you probably have enough GPU to spare, and it's perhaps more reliable overall. At least that's the advice I've seen.
Twice.
CPU being used to stream, GPU to record. Well, that's an interesting question. The setup I've always used is to just record record the same stream that I'm sending out. So the quality is exactly the same, but it is possible to, in theory, have two different streams going. One that's a higher quality local recording, and one that's a version streamed out. In which case, I don't know which one. It would definitely make sense to have one split to the CPU and one to the GPU, but I have no idea which you would allocate to which. Hey Laws, good to see you. Yeah, OBS lets you do both at once. I've never tried it. I mean, I guess it would be nice to have a higher quality archive of my streams, but for kind of future proofing, whatever. But that takes up space as well, you know, storage space. I've got what, I must be close to 70 streams now. At maybe 5 gigs each on average. Yeah, if I was short on, like I just send my my local recording to my SSD and then copy it off onto a slower drive afterwards. At the same time I upload to, just after I upload to YouTube. The only nice thing about doing a local recording of the same bit stream is, in case your connection drops, you maintain the full recording in one piece, but I don't think it matters a huge amount. Oh, and it means you don't forget to download your VODs, as happens sometimes. I feel like everyone's done it at least once. I'm not really into the general, you know, driving. I don't feel like it's got that great momentum to it. Apart from that, it's pretty. The looks of the courses are fine. The courses are interesting enough. CPU needs higher bitrate to get the same quality. Yeah, I don't know. I know that you can tweak. You've got much more leeway to tweak the quality settings on the CPU encoder, and also I know that the old NVEnc on 10 series cards and earlier was the first generation and looks substantially worse, and the new NVEnc on 20 and 30 series cards is supposed to be the good one that you actually want to use. But I've not. That's about the limit of my knowledge of what I've heard. Yeah, I guess you could record specific segments as well. That'd be an interesting idea to, if you know you're going to do certain segments. I'm going to give this one more race, but I'm not super into it, I think, as a game. Like the driving part. Oh yeah, if you're still on like a 10 series card, that would explain.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Why you're getting less quality out of the GPU encoding. I completely failed to notice the traps, even though there's a warning. I'm quite into the stages. Like, this is nice. I'm a sucker for this style of it's not just a box. I'm a sucker for this style of design, right? Nice blue skies, a cool futuristic city, an ocean. This is all I need in a racing stage design. Oh, except it doesn't have a tunnel that goes under the water. That's something you really want in your futuristic racing game for my stamp of approval. No, wait, use that. Oh, so close. It's a tunnel that goes just barely over the water. Can't give it full marks. yeah, I don't know, the driving itself just feels, you know, there's these games that are borderline not real driving games, and the only game on the list in that style that I'm still allowed to be qualified is Mega Race 1. But the most ones where you're just sliding side to side rather than actually steering. This feels almost like that. I mean, can I even turn fully around? Okay, I can turn fully around. It's just the... if you just gave this the controls, like there's no proper drifting. If you just gave this the controls of any of the good racing games. I don't understand the crap available stuff. Okay, I think I did something there. I don't understand how that mechanic works. But if you gave this the controls of and physics of I don't know, Xenon Racer or Redout or whatever, it'd be a lot better.
Available.
And yeah, I've got some gripes with the UI and so on.
Available.
You're right. It does feel like they spent time on making it feel fast, and that works well, and that takes effort, right? But yeah, it's just the controls. Yeah, 4 out of 10. No underwater tunnel. And yeah, when you say the original F-Zero, you mean the very first SNES one? That's kind of high midpoint for me, I think, in the list at the moment. I found plenty I like better than that, but plenty of modern games, yeah, definitely are worse than that. Because the original F-Zero just feels good. You pick it up and it feels good to control. Yeah, it's a modern re-release, and there's a couple of GBA games that are like iterations on that original SNES one with just a tiny bit more stuff that I quite enjoyed as well. Alright, I think I'm ready to deliver a verdict. This was not the greatest futuristic racer of all time, so I'm clicking OBS instead of the real window. Where are we going to rank this? I mean, the music's fine. I kind of like the look of the levels. It's just those controls, which is the biggest thing. So I've got original F-Zero around here. Wipeout Pulse is going to end up higher than this when I've had a proper go at it on real hardware, I reckon, because it turned out to be emulation was making it worse. But I'll push off the redo stream for that, because we've already got a lot of actual Wipeout games. I think XG3 is a good comparison point for this one. I might put it just below XG3. I get the same sort of... I like some of these designs of stages, but overall I'm only having a very mediocre time. I might want to put it a bit lower even. It has to be above Mega Race. But I feel like Tube Slider and Aero Gauge were a bit more fun. Okay. Yeah, Maximum Velocity I did not have a good time with. You can see it there. Futuristic, sure. Racer, yes. Kick-ass music, yeah, it's fine. Drifting, no. I don't see much drifting. Weapons, sort of. Shortcuts, unknown. Bad controls. There we go. Highly objective ranking. It goes in the list somewhere below the midpoint. Alright, what's next? Oh wow, we're still in party mode. Let me bring up the lights while I fiddle and bring up the next game. Up next. Alright, Pacer. I should probably look up the real history of this. I know it was a Kickstarter. It was originally called Formula Fusion. Let's see. Originally titled Formula Fusion, a futuristic racing game developed by a British independent studio, R8 Games. Yada yada yada. Spiritual successor to Wipeout, with some of the early R8 games staff having worked on Wipeout 3 for Psygnosis Leeds. Yeah. Designers Republic also contributed to the game, apparently. So let's keep an eye out for the design. What am I doing? All right, game screen. I've now got two different sets of controls on my Stream Deck, and I'm sure at some point I will press the wrong thing and things will go horribly wrong. Boot up the game. I did at some point. When did I buy this? I don't remember. It might have been when it came out. In fact, it probably was. I probably bought it right when it came out on Steam. And I had a brief go at it, but I kind of bounced off. So let's see if I can do better this time. So do a quick game capture. What's it doing? Autosave warning. And also, once it starts playing sound, I can add it as an audio source. All right. This time, and this one I also set up correctly, I think. I'm gonna put the settings up. This is what I was playing that with my app running completely crashed everything. So let's see if we hopefully without my app running things will be a bit more smooth. All right. Yeah, let's do the training. Remind me of the mechanics. I remember being quite confused by the menus in this the first time.
Three, two, one, go.
Wrong button. This already feels way better. Look at that. Did it tutorialize anything? Or is it just saying, okay, here's your tutorial race, figure it out? Yeah, so we've got air brakes. Boost pads give a small burst of speed. Okay, the tutorial is in the corner. I'm hiding it at the moment. What's this? Okay, so we've got health, shield, and KERS boost. Pressing X is the boost. X manual boost, yeah. Did I did it? Y to change camera. Need to look behind. I need to move the window again. There we go, so I can see chat. Yeah, the controls, like, I actually feel like I'm turning rather than sliding into an animation. The environment is more exciting this one. That's the is that the Designers Republic logo? This level could feel right at home inside a modern, Wipeout game. So what does this remind you of? If it's another futuristic racing game, I'd be happy to hear about it. I'm intending to play every single one eventually. The manual boost does not feel very powerful on that vehicle, at least. Was that good, or did I fail the tutorial? Yes, the game that used toy spaceships to play. Was that the Ubisoft joint that had a tie-in with Star Fox, where you swap in your different physical parts on the ship to change what your loadout is. Yeah. I think I heard it wasn't that good. Otherwise, I would have tried to pick that up when it went spectacularly badly and went on sale. Really? You got a bunch of... Okay, loadout name. What? Equip a weapon behavior. See, this is why I got confused by the menus in this. Okay, that was the tutorial. Okay, there we go. It's not a bad game. Interesting. Kind of a grind in the way you might expect. Huh. Yeah, I didn't see much gameplay. I remember seeing a tiny bit of gameplay.
3, 2, 1, go.
But hey, if it turns out to be decent and available cheaply, I think I would be interested in that. Right, what we got? That's my weapon. Whoa! Okay, I guess that's someone else's weapon. Okay, I see an icon that's at 0 and now it's at 1, so that's my weapon ammo. Okay. I want more of the music. Oh, this is one of those games where there's a stream safe setting, but actually most of the tracks are stream safe, so it's pretty good. There we go, more music. Wow, that's almost too much of an effect when I get shot. Ow. Oh, okay, that was not a good thing. That was a bad thing to avoid. Double boost. Interesting. The boost, rather than being a sort of really powerful kick at I don't like the flashbangs. Rather than being a powerful kick, the boost seems to get faster and faster. So almost like you want to save it up and use it as much in one go as possible. An open world game, you can customize ship and play with toys. A fun time. Mount the wings backwards. Wings on top of wings. That sounds kind of fun. And some of it is racing. I've been wondering, should I include racing games that are just a part of another game on my big spreadsheet? We could include, I think there's some pod racing in some of the Star Wars Lego games. There's a mini game in Bully that is a 3D futuristic racer. There's also the 2D one, but I'm not doing the 2D one as part of these. And undoubtedly countless other things. Right, performance loadouts. This part, I'm just like, okay, loadout name. This stuff is too much for me. I can't, like, even the F-Zero tune acceleration or speed is like too much for me to think about. Track control, long range, sure. Chrono Trigger has a hang on, did I play that far in Chrono Trigger? I thought I got almost to the end, but I might not have. If it's behind the character view, you know, pseudo 3D, then I think that would count.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to rank the minigames separately. Well, that maybe I'll have a think about it. I'll keep the list in the back of my mind, and maybe we'll have a few special streams where we do mini games and rank them separately. Obviously the electric thing that I'm firing is the equivalent of the Quake, but oh, interesting, I've got two weapons, okay. It's not as fun as the Quake. It's obviously easier to implement. You don't have to deform the track. It doesn't have the kick that the Wipeout Quake weapon does. So, is the Sonic Riders spin-off? In my mind, the kind of karting games are not do not qualify. I've not kind of decided on the exact line though. And also things like where you're controlling remote control cars or micro machine type things, I think wouldn't it, you know, it doesn't feel like the same thing as Wipeout type games, but obviously there'll be examples that are hard to qualify. Ride is just a straightforward hoverboard racing game. I think that qualifies if that's true. And then I don't know about, for example, is Sonic R a futuristic racing game? Is it if you're just on foot, does it count? As long as it's vaguely futuristic. I think I'll continue to pick out the easier examples for the most part, and then one day we'll have to ask the hard questions. Harder than your average kart racer. Well, could be interesting. Does my stick that now? I don't. This is way better than anti-gravitator. I'm not quite used to the controls. And well, I mean, we're still in the tutorials. I might well be able to unlock all kinds of different either loadouts or ships that feel quite different. I feel like I want one that actually is a touch heavier, a touch more momentum, and doesn't turn quite as quickly. Hang on. Last place. But it says second. Destruction imminent. Oh, we're doing this mode. Got it. A mode where the person in last place is destroyed each lap. Right. Standard race. So what do we have? Handling, performance, my performance, drifter. Well, drifter sounds like what I want, I think. Except defensive, agility. Let's try drifter. Weapons. Disruptive. Whatever that is. See, to me, the mid-2000s futuristic look is what I first think of when I think of Sonic.
Three, two, one, go.
I'm being distracted by all the fake brands. Like Egg Boy. Gear Tech is clearly just someone's YouTube channel. What was that? Was that a mine? Being able to pick a loadout of the weapons you want rather than picking random ones up on the track is pretty good. I'm not super into the extremely obviously made in Unreal Engine 4 graphics. I don't know what it is, but a little something that makes it very UE4. First place, let's try not to lose it. Immediately loses it. There we go. All right. That was the tutorial. Let's try a real event. Well, I seem to do fine with the drifter setup. Weapons. What is default loader? I wish it just told me here. Garage. Cosmetics. Okay, cool. I guess maybe there's no relation between what it looks like and these are pretty cool. I quite like voxel. There we go. It looks like an F1 car with no wheels. Yeah, that's no. What? Yes. I don't get it. Okay, I guess we have to customize them as loadouts. So the drifter. Okay. Weapons. Nanorocket rail guided. Or pulse and mine. Ghost cannon flashbang. Oh, I see. Tether, tank, shockwave, nanorocket. Shockwave nanorocket's pretty decent, I guess. What other options do we have? For example, if I pick swarm. Tether is life drain. Electron. Interesting. So if I do that, there's no mods available. Okay, but let's try electron and then pulse shoves opponents out of the way. No mods. Okay. And that was my AAA. How do I pick my cosmetics then? maybe I don't get to at this point. I don't know. You know, I've been fiddling with the reflections on the real ray traced.
3, 2, 1, go.
The spherical distortion I faked here is surprisingly difficult to recreate with real ray tracing. As in placing a virtual screen such that the glasses actually look like they're doing that. I'll probably end up writing a custom shader for it. The lighting as well is an interesting one. So the lighting we've got right now, there's a Gaussian blur, and then that's applied as a dynamic mask in OBS to specific scenes that I want to light. So in this case, the background and my avatar. Recreating that within the 3D scene I mean, it's not a physically plausible effect. There's no screen placed somewhere that would create exactly this look. I suppose the closest would be something behind the camera. Again, it's probably something I'll have to think about and create a custom effect for. We're doing first place. Not really had to think about boosting or using weapons, to be honest. I've just been thinking about ray tracing. Ow, ow, ow. You know, one of the first achievements I got in this game was for hitting every single one of the opponents on the track during the course of a single race. And that was earlier today when testing.
Three, two, one, go.
I wonder if there's the start timing gives you a boost. I ended up getting quite used to the way that Wipeout, was it Pulse and Pure do it? Where, ow, 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 get it. That's a bit too much chromatic aberration. I really can't see what I'm doing. The way the Wipeout, Pulse and Pure do it, if I remember correctly, is they give you 3, 2, 1 and then you've got to press right on the word go. Whereas, say, I mean, the initial Wipeout, you really had to... it was very tricky. You just had to have your acceleration bar in the right zone by the time it says go. And the timing was extremely tight to get it right. Wow, that I think I got that shield recharge and it did not do very much. What am I doing? Okay, that was the pulse. Pushes people away. Really? Those shield recharges do not give much shield back. Fine. Let's focus on collecting recharges but also not hitting the walls, even if it means letting go of the accelerator for a bit. That one's the was it the swarm or whatever the other weapon I picked up is? Interesting. All of the sparks went away when I hit the sides. Probably finish this this set of races and then move on. I'm planning to give Ballistic NG more time than the other two.
2, 1, go.
We'll see how that works out. I'm going to disable camera shake. Can I disable chromatic aberration? No. That'll help at least. Hopefully that applies to that effect. A bit much for me. I'm going to explode the moment someone fires at me. There we go. You know what? I feel like the boosts, at least in the track so far, I don't know if it changes in the later leagues, but so far the boosts are way too gentle. And also I don't like getting shot at like that. Oh, to be honest, I don't like that in earlier Wipeout games. Sorry, in the Wipeout games themselves either. It's tough to escape from that. But it feels like it's happening a lot on this track. Alright, I'll take second place. New campaign is available. So we can pick a team. And they're going to give us a reward for specific goals. Place higher than this other team for each event. First place for each event. 2 destructions during each event. Well, I'm not good at that one. Yeah, the light trails are cool. Place higher than Neumeatronics Novam. Seems like the easiest one. Proving grounds. Okay, well, I'll stop here for now. I feel like there's definitely more to explore. But, I think I've got I've got the gist of how I feel about the game. And how is that? I feel like it's hard to tell. I feel like I wasn't having, it was, could have been a bit more fun overall. Like I didn't get, those boosts. Not satisfying. I think yeah, I'm gonna have to put it below. Somewhere around here. I'm gonna say I'd probably get more into it if I gave it more time. I'm gonna place it maybe just above the original F-Zero games. And that's with the knowledge that Wipeout Fusion is probably got more going on than we saw on stream. I copied the wrong thing. There we go. Again, I'm absolutely not against revisiting my rankings. And I do play some of these off stream afterwards. How's the music? I think the music was fine. I didn't feel like not quite that as good as it's like it's not. I didn't leave that much of an impression. Shortcuts, don't know. Promising, I would say. Promising, need playing. All right. It's time for Ballistic NG. As I said, I downloaded a bunch of Steam Workshop content for this one. Let's launch the game itself. Beep, boop, beep, boop. I can't. Oh, right. Okay. This one I need to launch directly. Ballistic NG. Let's see if that works. Okay, that's full screen. Oh, it'll take a while to load extra content packs. Let's bring in, first of all, the audio. I'm giving this one more time in the stream because I think it'll be my favorite, but I mean, we'll see. So, graphics. There we go. VSync off, windowed, 1080p. Okay, I'll show the rest of the stuff that's going on here. So, game capture. Go. Is that? That's okay. There we go. There we go. That wireframe looks very cool in my reflections. All right. Ballistic NG. I'm going to start this with the regular controller, but I also have next to me a DualShock 2 and a PS2 to USB adapter if I feel that will maximize the playing experience. So this one is closest to Wipeout 3 in terms of overall looks. In fact, there are some specific retro effects if that's what you want, and CRT filters and all that. I think overall, although I really appreciate the effort put into it, I think I prefer just the look without, but we'll see. And then in terms of mods, yeah. No mods loaded, no code mods loaded. Let's see how it goes. So there are mods for tracks and for ships. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that emote took a while to design, and then took ages for Twitch to approve, but that's one of the ones I really wanted to add. Practice tutorial. Alright, nope, that's the wrong button. Campaign. Team info. Standard, drift, drag. So when I first bought this game, again this was several years back, I was terrible at it. And I'm hoping that because I spent a while playing through the whole Wipeout series, well, I say playing some of each game in the Wipeout series, that this will help me. Whoops.
Welcome to
okay.
Cassandra 3.
Oh yeah, alright, yeah.
1. Go!
Autopilot.
The low poly ships in very high resolution,
Engaged.
I do think looks really good.
Missile. Disengaging.
So this is just
Autopilot. Engaged. Mines.
very close to Wipeout 3.
Plasma.
You know, level of detail,
Rockets.
music, weapons, UI. Yeah, I mean, can I just go right into the retro stuff here? So if I turn it all on, Oh wow. They went all out.
Autopilot engaged.
So you have to, like, they've got a fine mapping, they've got vertex wobble, they've got quantized colors.
Plasma.
But since I'm not playing this on the real CRT and all that, I don't know. I prefer without all of those effects turned on.
Hellstorm. Eliminated. Missile. Cannons. Missile.
Okay, it looks like the game is just a touch too loud. Sorry about that. It's also hard to judge while it's paused. What am I doing? I'm gonna bring it down to 50% in Windows and see. Yeah, that seems about right. Probably still a bit high, but
Mines.
I can then go into the audio mixing, turn the sound effects and voices down, keep the music high. That's how I like it. Wow, that is a lot of options. And this is an infinite mode, I think it was saying, so... Okay, that's a bit too quiet for the audio.
Engaged. Disengaged.
Alright, so where's the actual game? There it is. Okay, got it. Breeze. Normal difficulty. I think it's got my old scores from my other account. Alright, so do I not... Oh, there we go, question mark. Are these the mods, or are these... No, these are all the inbuilt things. Yeah. Okay, so we can only pick standard. We can pick any of the teams. No firepower. Found in an old hangar. Wow. Full acceleration, full top speed. This one just gonna explode immediately. Maybe this one?
3, 2, 1, go!
Mines.
interesting. Okay, so we can discard pickups the same way as in Wipeout games. Where's my shield? Which one's my shield? That's the 82 maybe. So if I discard, discarding a weapon does not give me extra shield.
Final lap.
And there was a branch in the path, so is that branch how we recharge? Okay, yeah, there we go.
Disengaging. Event complete.
What?
Gold medal award.
Okay, good.
Three, two, one, go!
Since I've progressed a few courses in when I played ages ago, I might skip ahead as well. See how difficult I find it. A different ship though. The way this one controls isn't quite right. This is a really interesting blend of the modern and older Wipeouts. So I only got silver on these ones. Zone mode, okay, yeah. So I got all of these done, but I haven't done any of these, okay. That's just Phasar colours, but is it old Phasar or new Phasar? Oh yeah, I recognise all of these ship designs. I can't quite name the teams for each of them, but give me the Oricom, please. Which one's the Oricom? So the one I found a bit too something. It's handling 5. I think maybe someone with handling 4 would do. Handling 2. Handling 3. Fine, let's try this one. See how it goes.
Welcome to three,
I'm always nervous
one, go!
for the ships with high top speed and low acceleration, because it means you have to not hit anything for a while. I'm not very good at that. Oh, this game feels so fast. proper Quake weapon. See, not like Pacer. Proper deformation of the terrain vertices.
Final lap.
I wonder how this would play with a DualShock. Maybe I'll give that a go for the next race. Oh wow. It's a tricky course. That is the exact plasma weapon from Wipeout that I'm not good with. Bronze medal. Well, that's I hadn't gotten the bronze medal yet, so that's something. All right, let's see. What we got? Plugging in my PS2 USB adapter. There we go. Windows recognizing it. Let's see if I can do something in the menus. Input device. There we go. Yes. Open the controller reassign. Yeah, okay. It said 2 player, so do I need to be on the second player? Just a moment. Plugging in and unplugging things. Is it not doing anything? Overlay still says Pacer, thank you. Like I said, I'd love a way to automate that little detail because it just slips my mind. There we go. This adapter definitely works with some games. It may not work now. Wiggling controls. Interestingly, the analog light isn't coming up either. Oh well. Yeah, there's also ways to get, the DualShock 4 to work. I always find it introduces a fair bit of lag though. I'll stick with the regular Xbox One controller for now. Toggle thrust is an interesting option. I won't. Hold on. Wow. That is... Wow. Okay. So it was on sign. I'm going to try cubic. So that's how much steering output there is for a certain amount of joystick tilt. That's a really interesting thing to have available. How did I feel about the actual ship though? Well, we'll see.
3, 2, 1, go!
This level looks like... if anyone saw my VRML stream, we looked at some of the VRML levels from Cybertown, a defunct 3-Second Life VRML world and website, and that's what this reminds me of. Also of Millennium Racers. I probably don't have mainstream tastes if I get actively put off by Unreal 4 looking visuals, and then up comes some low resolution textures and low poly models. I'm like, oh hell yeah, that's the stuff. I know what I'm about. Your favorite your game or track aesthetically?
3, 2, 1, go!
Of the games, yeah. You know, I feel like having particular tastes is either a prerequisite of or a prerequisite for consequence of being a VTuber. Whoa.
Final lap.
This really is like if I distract myself a few seconds, which is easily done, I could really believe that this is just playing Wipeout 3 in an emulator that kind of upscales everything. And that's a good thing. It's gonna be hard to rank this relative to Wipeout 3, I think.
Silver.
Leveled up. Sorry, something's beeping. So I've got to do better on one of those races. Let's try that introductory one. Speaking of, I changed my control curve to cubic. Can I even tell the effect it's having? How do I feel about it? I feel like it means I'm ending up using the air brakes more well, I'm hitting the sides a fair amount. It feels like something you'd have in a more old school Wipeout game for sure. Is it too much? What if we go to... well, okay, let's try linear, the complete opposite. I could even play with the D-pad to make it feel like a Wipeout. Yeah, how does the D-pad feel? Interesting. Joystick again. I feel like at the level I'm playing at, which is not very high level, the difference between the different calibrations for the control stick are more a matter of feel than something that directly impacts how well I'm doing. Whoa! Went right through that. I feel like it's easier with the linear control to control my turns, at least when using the D-pad. Sorry, when using the analog. I guess with the D-pad, presumably, it doesn't make a difference. Alright, we unlock the next league.
Welcome to Asik Nove. 3, 2, 1, go!
What? Hang on. Why am I controlling this ship? Was that part of the event? I should be reading, but... I guess this must be a time trial. I'm definitely more into the soundtrack of this game as well. I think on my very ad hoc scale it'll be 2 yeses out of 3 or whatever. Now that I have the option of fiddling with the steering curve... Oh, was I imagining everything? Did I not even change it? Maybe that's why I couldn't really feel the difference. placebo. Did that change anything this time? Oh, photo mode, nice. Nope. Okay, we're definitely in linear mode now. Oh, that's very floaty, sort of. Interesting.
Final lap.
Doesn't feel quite right. So we were at sign by default. Let's go. These two look so very close to each other. Let's go to quadratic. I think given enough time to feel out the differences, I'd be able to tell better, but not what I wanted to do.
Event complete. No medal.
No medal. Well, let's try a different event. So if I pick this one, do I get...
Welcome to
Oh, well, this is a zone event. No wonder I don't get to pick for this one. So if you haven't seen one of these before, we're trying to
Toxic.
loop around a kind of VR version of one of the existing tracks, and it keeps getting faster and faster. We have no way of recuperating shield, and when was this introduced? I think it was Wipeout Pure, right? Or Pulse? One of the PSP ones. So it's basically a question of not hitting the walls as the track goes faster and faster. Range from relaxing to very nerve-wracking, depending on the exact track. And in particular, I don't need to worry about hitting anything to make me go faster or having an efficient racing line. I'm just trying to survive. In this mode, unlike in Wipeout, the booster pads seem to not be doing anything. I might be wrong. So we need to reach at least zone. The way the track is a VU meter for the music is cool. We want to reach at least zone 25, I think. I feel like these ones are the most boring to watch though, so Alright, we're already at 25, so we're going for too much longer, probably. I would intentionally if we can get to 35, that makes it. That means we can get 1 bronze, I think, in the next set of tracks. Maybe I'll aim for that. Almost there. There we go. How do I explode faster? That seems to be good. That's kind of generous, like if you scrape against the side in this one, it doesn't keep taking away health. This one's another time trial with a preset ship. I'm now wondering, if I do a development stream, the problem I'm having is going to be the same as, well, I guess if I'm not running a game at the same time, then it might be not as bad. OBS capture might still be rough, so I guess I'll see what I can do. I might also not be limiting the frame rate in the right way in Unity. Multiple applications sharing the GPU implies that there's some amount of task switching going on, but I don't know what the... Well, for instance, are applications switched out after a complete rendering frame? Is it at some arbitrary point in the frame? Is it at a rate of once every millisecond or a tenth of a millisecond? How does time slicing work? To what extent is it cooperative? Do the resources need to get evicted to RAM, or is there enough GPU memory for all of the applications I've got going? I have many questions.
No matter.
I am not good at time trials. Yeah, this is the game's music. So we've got some expansions we could take a look at, because I seem to not be good at the time trials. Surge, Neon Nights, that looks cool. Outer Reaches, These all look cool. Maybe these turn out to be too hard. We'll see. Yeah, I'm into this game's music. I don't know if it's stream safe. We'll find out when I upload the VOD to YouTube, but... Interesting thing. I don't know that I've ever been pinged for copyrighted music on Twitch, on any of my streams, but about 50% of my streams get something picked up on YouTube. Whether it's the random, you know, mod files. Oh, that was a shield, not an autopilot. No wonder I'm hitting walls. Or the in-game music. Or yeah, the in-game music of very old games, or who knows what. It seems really difficult to avoid getting tagged on YouTube. That was really fast. That was under a minute. Let's see if I can pay attention and do better. I can't imagine pitting on these races that take just 1 minute. Maybe there's other races on this track that have a lot more laps. Right, there we go. Yeah, I think that the mods I downloaded off Steam Workshop aren't showing up on this account. But essentially you've got a whole bunch of classic Wipeout tracks and ships recreated as well. Along with some utter nonsense, you know, vehicles. Like, one of them's just a big rubber ducky I've seen. And what else was there? Oh yeah, there was some F-Zero X ships someone had made mods for. Bronze medal, okay.
Welcome to Atlantica.
Speaking of Sonic, this makes me think a bit of Sonic Adventure style levels and so on. I like the triple rocket. I guess because I can hit with it reasonably reliably. I do need that shield. I think I need to pit. Whoa. Did I? I don't think that was the pit. That was a shortcut. That's the pit. Okay. No medal. Well, that's a cool track. I'll try it again. Livery. Okay, we've got alternate liveries. Lost unlock. Livery scheme. Huh. Something a bit different. Let's try this one.
3, 2, 1, go!
I like this track. It's got weird shortcuts. Blue skies. Generally a fun vibe. I'm dropping what I'm picking up in the hopes of getting mines, but I'm just getting a lot of missiles. Oops, well, I'm in the pit now. Oh, so close. That was good enough though. I guess we can have a look at the first levels of the other ones. The other expansion packs. Interesting. leaving it on this screen because I'm still vibing to the music. No medal? Well, I guess we have to restart. Some of these races are so short, reminding me more of F-Zero X, where you also get some really fast and short races. Good enough.
Welcome to Route 3, 2, 1,
This game is really interesting. It's a combination of modern and old futuristic races.
Final lap.
I'm gonna find it hard to place, probably.
Autopilot engaged. Disengaging. Event complete. Gold medal awarded.
welcome to Unlimited. 3, 2, 1,
Right.
go!
I could actually keep playing this for ages, I think, but I'll stop after this one. Honest. I want to keep tweaking as well and trying different controllers. What the? Oh, didn't expect that. I wonder if any of the tracks in Wipeout 3 had this kind of rain reflection effect. If that would have been impossible to do at the time. Oh, this is online play as well. I don't know what precision runs are. Tournament. I guess maybe that's local multiplayer as well. Yeah, there's a lot in this game. Cheats and secrets. Whoa. What about these other ones? How do you enable those? Do you have to unlock them? Wow. So there are 3 different physics models unlocked to start with. Gameplay modifiers, disable anti-skip. Arcade mode. Look and play and sound more like an old school. My mind is blown. Mind completely blown. Okay, I'm gonna have to play more of this, but for now, let's rank it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to spend more time with it, but that as a modern Wipeout, that is outstanding. And I've not even had a chance to try all of the mods. Like, I want to try, hey, what's it like playing actual Wipeout tracks in this engine with all of these tweakable physics and everything. Wow. I wonder if there's like Steam guides how to make the games feel exactly like this Wipeout, that Wipeout. Alright. It's gonna have to go above Wipeout 3 for sure, because it just feels like a better Wipeout. Wipeout Pure I had a lot of fun with. I mentioned before, like I reached the end of I feel like I reached all of the in-game content quite quickly of Wipeout Pure, all the tracks. But also there's DLC that I wasn't able to grab until recently, that I haven't tried yet, which would bump it back up. So, but so far, I think it's going to have to be quite high up there. How does it compare to Wipeout and Mega Collection? That I'm very unsure. How does it compare to Redout? Xenon Racer. I might have to put this one right below F-Zero X, above Redout. Not quite top 3, but yeah. This is a good one. Welcome to the top 5. I've clearly got a bias in terms of music making for a good game. Like, that seems to be subconsciously something that, yeah, we definitely saw shortcuts or like alternate paths. Yeah. that's an impressive showing. Well done, Ballistic. Why do I only have 2017 for Wipeout Omega Collection? It's got to have an actual release date, right? Wipeout Omega Collection. Let's see. 6th of June. There we go. All right. Let's bring us back to the BGM and back to chatting. I'm glad my old setup still works fine. I didn't break it totally. All right. Very interesting showing. We're not out of modern-ish futuristic races on Steam by far, but I'm also tempted to alternate with some older games, so I'm not sure yet what we'll do next time. There are some interesting. We've not really hit on the Xbox 360 PS3 era, for instance. Well, we've done some GameCube ones, but we haven't done Xbox 360 sort of PS3 era games, so maybe that'll be. We'll see what I find. I've got a few on the list, but also a question of what's feasible to emulate and so on. We'll play on real hardware, but the Xbox 360 and so on are a notably missing from my collection. So. Yeah, I'll have a think what we can do next time. What are we doing Monday? Monday we will be finishing up the Genuine project, Pegasus Prime, I believe. We are quite close to the end. I'll make sure I've got Genuine Project 2 ready to go as well, in case we finish Genuine Project 1 very quickly. So we won't kind of run out of things to do after half an hour. Yeah. And maybe in the weekend I'll have a development stream. I'll see how I feel. Random guerrilla stream. Alright. It's time to see who I'm following, who is currently streaming. Well, Laws, who was here earlier, is streaming Transformers Fall of Cybertron and is just getting ready, so I will send you over to Laws. There we go, that's set up, and in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. It's time for me to go. If you, like me, have caught the Millennium Bug, make sure to watch the next stream or find me elsewhere on the World Wide Web by clicking on the links below the video. I've been Millennium Cyborg, keep that future vibe, and I'll see you in the world of tomorrow.